someone who works at a bank or want to work at a bank?
I'm Tim Hollinger. I actually worked at Northwestern Mutual. They do financial services. And I mean, I kind of want to stay there, but I guess I would do accounting.
Any accountant? Anyone who knows somebody who's an accountant? All right.
I'm Jordan, and my mom's an accountant.
And what do you want to do?
I want to go into marketing.
Okay. Do we have anyone who knows somebody in marketing? I'm finally doing something.
Oh.
He's gonna be so mad. Just kidding.
I'm Safia. I'm a marketing major, and I know that I want to work for literary magazines and journals, stuff like that. Anybody into that at all?
You don't know anyone who's in?
Anybody want to work for magazines? Huh?
I was as a part-time employee.
Okay. Well, she's new.
You're already a part of our
Okay, so I'm Olivia again. Not necessarily in marketing, but I actually want to be a lawyer. But I wouldn't mind working for like some type of like law review or law journal or something like that. So is there anyone else interested in law?
I'm David. One of my friends who actually goes here at NC State, he's a lawyer, and he wants to be a patent lawyer. Yeah, and I would like to, be engineer. I don't know, do engineering stuff. Design things that change the world a little bit better for the generations, stuff like that. Something of that nature.
Anybody care about the environment? Especially care about the environment.
My name's Jackson, and I want to work on figuring out ways to build homes that are more sustainable.
Okay, we're gonna stop there because we know a lot of people. But as you can see, we've kind of created a web, and so the purpose of this demonstration is to see that we all know different people, we all have different connections, we all come from different backgrounds, and so you never know. Like, I'm connected with people I haven't ever met before, and so kind of part of that network, just talking to people, getting yourself out there, going to career fairs, puts you out into that network, and you can find connections that you may never know. We haven't talked about LinkedIn. There's a different launch on that, but there's some great tools on there too that can connect you to alumni. So you may have never met the people before, but they might have some sort of connection that helps you network and helps you find a job or an internship. So that's kind of the purpose of this, is to say, like, you have a web that you don't even know about just because you go to school here and because of what you're passionate about and what you're interested in doing. So don't be discouraged in your search. There's people to network with. There's opportunities out there. Be confident in that and just be yourself in the process. So with this, y'all can just all drop the yarn. We'll figure out how to clean it up at a later date because it's going to be, yeah. All right, so with that, we had talked when we did the little activity about the questions you answered in a quick time period is time management. So you had 3 minutes to answer 15 questions that some of them you may or may not know the answer, and you came up with a plan of how to do that. So with your job search process, we talked a lot about how ePack is a great tool for doing that. So we have an example up here of how maybe you could plan out your time. So say you have 3 jobs that you found on ePack that you're really interested in applying for. You can say, all right, Monday I'm going to do the research on one of these companies. I'm going to do the research on this job, kind of get all of my stuff together, update my resume, update my cover letter, get all of these things in place. And then on Tuesday, say, all right, I'm going to apply for this job. I'm going to do the application process, all of that. Then you can kind of break it up through the days of the week. And like say on Wednesday, you can do the same thing. Take your second job, do all of your research. So you can break it up into things, because I know all of you have not only your academics, you have your extracurriculars going on, you have lots of things going on in your life. You can't just solely devote yourself to searching for jobs and internships, but that does take a priority because they are important. And so with that, this is just an example of how you can maybe break up your time. And then it's important, take some time off, every single day doing job search it's time consuming, it's hard. Sometimes it's discouraging at times, you know, if you apply for like 6, 7 jobs and you haven't heard anything from them. So take time to refresh yourself. Take time to research those companies and break up your time into a plan that you can actually execute. And so, alright, so we talked about, alright, everything doesn't go as planned. So say you plan out, you've applied for 3 of these jobs that only you have. You didn't get any interviews, you don't have any progress towards getting the job that you really, really want. Say you want to work for Cisco and that's your dream. Well, you haven't heard back from them after you applied. What's your plan B? What are you going to do next? So sometimes people, their plan B is they want to take a gap year. So say you're graduating in May and you don't have a job offer in May. What is your plan B going to be? And so you don't want to get to May and say, all right, I don't have a job, now what do I do? You want to have planned that ahead of time. You want to have a few options of what you can do if plan A doesn't work out. And some people are interested in going to grad school. A lot of times with that, you'll see people who take a gap year, which is basically just a time in between your undergraduate and where you go to grad school. And I think that that can be good and bad. There's pros and cons to everything. And so with a gap year, maybe something that would be really cool with it is you can take some time to travel. You could take some time to experience something that you haven't. You could volunteer, get some extra job experience in. You could do something you've always wanted to do that you haven't ever had the chance to. So there's a lot of opportunities you can use that year, or maybe you can get a job and just work for a year to build your resume some more, to network with some more people in order to give you more time to be prepared to apply for grad school the next year. And so we were talking to Mr. Easterlin. I mentioned him earlier. He's one of the advisors in the Career Development Center, and he was talking about how when interviews are done for professional school, oftentimes they will ask the question, what is your plan B? What if you don't get into graduate school? What if we don't take you? What are you going to do then? And so oftentimes in that question, the interviewers are asking, they want to know what your broader goals are. They want to know a little more about you and that, where you're going, not just, all right, I'm going to grad school. And so with that, you know, gap year could be your answer to that question. Well, I might take a gap year. I might do something I really enjoy. I'm passionate about learning about other countries or something, so maybe I'm going to go travel, or whatever that is. Or I'm passionate about, somebody had mentioned something about building or helping the community or something. So maybe you do something with Habitat for Humanity. You go spend some time working with them and building homes to help other people. So whatever that it looks like for you, you could use your gap year to do that. That could maybe be your answer for that question of what you're going to do. And so with that, they're able to see in you more than just, I'm wanting to go to school, I'm wanting to go to grad school. They're seeing more of you, who you are, what you're excited about, and seeing that you have a plan. You know, you're not just relying on one thing to happen, but you can be flexible no matter what happens. You can have a plan. So I've mentioned some of the pros to taking a gap year. You can give back to the community, you can volunteer, you can travel. Maybe you're going to take some time to work and pay off your school debt. Or you can maybe take a leadership opportunity that would give you something else to put on your resume. Some of the cons to a gap year would be maybe you aren't working, maybe you're pursuing some travel and you end up gaining more debt. Or maybe you've been offered a full-time position because you're graduating and you've decided, oh, I want to take a year off. I don't want to get a job right now. I really want to go travel to another country. Well, that full-time job offer, you've turned it down. So maybe that was an experience you could have gained that you have to pass up on. So a lot of these pros and cons come into answering the question of what's important to you. What are your goals? Where do you want to go? You know, after graduation, who do you want to be and what is important to you and what are your priorities? So with that, your plan and your strategy that you come up with for your job and internship search is based off of that. And so that goes into what your plan A is and what your plan B is. So with that, we have one little activity left for you guys, just kind of to wrap up things, to make sure that we don't have any things that we've been unclear on. So it's going to be a fun little game. I don't know if y'all have been to any of the other launches, they might have done this. But we're going to do a kind of quiz. And if you have your cell phones with you, I know most of you do, you can pull those out, so we're going to use those. I know people who take physics and chemistry, a lot of times you have clickers in those classes for like quizzes and stuff, so this is going to be similar to that. What you're going to do is go to the website, so open up the internet, and go to kahoot.it, that is spelled KAHOOT.IT, and it'll pop up a screen for you to enter a number. And we're going to give you that number in a second. It'll pop up on the number that you're gonna enter once you get to that screen. It's gonna be 399823. If anyone has any like issues pulling it up, let us know. Just like raise your hand. And then you can type in a name or nickname or something for you. Because we're gonna give our winner at the end of the game prize. Mr. LOL. Nice. Alright, does anyone else need extra time to get set up? Alright, we're gonna start. Olivia's gonna read out the questions for you, but they're gonna be posted on the screen, and then it'll be color-coded on your phone, and you can just hit the color that matches up with the answer that pops up on the screen. And the quicker you answer, the more points you get. So that also will help you.
Alright, so the first question is, why is having a plan important? Got 5 seconds. Good job. No, see y'all now, right? Serena, you first.
Go live.
All right, question number 2. What are some of the positives of taking a gap year? All right, yep, the answer was to travel or pursue a new opportunity. The next question is, what is a strategy? Yep, a plan of action designed to achieve an overall aim. Next question, what are some important things you should do to prepare for a job or internship search? Yep, all of them are correct.
That's on top.
Yeah.
Top. She said we should buy.
All right, true or false, tell business professionals your entire life story in your elevator speech. I was gonna say, y'all should all get this right.
I'm rooting for all of you. Share your opinion.
What is not part of the job or internship preparation process? Ten seconds.
Who is this Marina?
Yeah, spamming random LinkedIn profiles with mass invitations is not part of the process. You should actually do like personal invitations, just like a heads up. whenever you like request to be like friends with someone or like connect with someone on LinkedIn, instead of just hitting like connect, you want to write like a personal message. Like maybe you met them at a career fair and say like, oh, I met you at the career fair today. I just wanted to connect with you and talk more about different like job opportunities. Okay. Next question. Which of the following is the top resource to finding a job or an internship?
This one's kind of hard. I really think it's a legal matter.
Networking.
All of these are great tools. You have career fair networking, but we were just talking about the importance of networking just because so many jobs and internships come from networking. That's the reason why that's the answer.
Next question. True or false, in informational interviews, the job seeker asks the questions,